video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. How is everyone doing out there this morning?
Good morning, everyone.
And I have got Loriano Creel back in the studio off of vacation. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Always love being on the show here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And good morning, Starry-Eyed Girl, Mary's Game Room, Mark the Infantry Tired, Clobbering Times, Project Storytime, Chris Persia, Keely Chow, Roll Tide, Keely. Chef Zilla, welcome back, brother. How is everybody doing out there this morning? Purple Valkyrie, is Samantha Joe out there too? If she is, good morning, Valkyrie. Fat Steven Seagal, beat up Alex Kurtzman. Hello, Fat Steven Seagal. And the Doctor of Destruction is in the house this morning, a Dega Outlaw. And you've got some love going for you in chat this morning. Everybody's like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Well, love you guys. And I'm so happy to be back with all of you. I did kind of get to drop in on a couple of the streams while I was on vacation. So I was kind of lurking.
How was your vacation? How did your vacation go?
It went good. It went good. Florida was really hot. Universal Orlando was not very crowded, so that was awesome because I've never seen it like that ever in my lifetime. Usually, in the summer, there's like oceans of humanity in the parks. And it's just like you can't freaking move without kicking someone, and there's somebody. Just people all around, and with the social distancing, it's like, oh, this is nice. Nobody rolling up on my back or up in front of me like this and all of that. So that was good. So I had an awesome time. I really did. Loved it.
And Shadow Cat and Lady Mist, good morning, guys. My chair's getting Nina Green, good morning, guys. Well, I'm glad did you get to go by Disney? Did you see?
I didn't get to go into the Disney parks because your girl was not paying to go in there right now. But I did drop by Disney Springs, which is the like shopping area. That's where I call it broke ass Disney because that's where I would go when I lived in Orlando and I didn't have money to get into Disney World. So I go to Disney Springs so you could, get the merch and all of that stuff. So I did drop in there, which was kind of nice. That part's always busy. It's like a big outdoor strip mall and everything. So that was nice, but theme park attendance is seriously down. I mean, most of the people that are there are locals. So people like me who are traveling in, they're not that many of us. Not that many of us.
Oh, that's amazing. And Bad Steven Seagal, I only wear it when you're around, dude. I only wear the tiara when you're around. Congratulations.
Oh, but I will say that Universal, oh my God, I'm too distracted. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, because I did pick up new swag from Universal Orlando. So I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, 2 parts, freaking awesome. So my wand is in a box, and I got my Hogwarts gear right there, alumni, and let's see, I got my Jurassic Park Hello Kitty back there,
Nice.
and Baby Yoda has a Slytherin mask on because I had to rep House Slytherin, and I got my Hello Kitty. Yeah, lots of new stuff up there.
That looks amazing. That looks absolutely amazing. I'm glad you had a blast, especially with everything going on right now. I'm glad you had a blast.
It's really needed. I mean, just to go, because I drove, and I took a couple days because I went to visit family, kind of like in the middle of the trip, and then at the end when I got to Florida, and it was just nice to be out and actually among people and not stuck on and not like stuck on social media, that social media bubble, to like get out. I mean, people used to joke that gamers didn't get any fresh air. It's good to be out there and get fresh air, like do stuff like stop at cheesy tourist traps and like cheesy Florida tourist traps. Like I saw a billboard that said baby alligators, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go stop in this cheesy overpriced Florida rest stop so I can see, baby gators and stuff. It's
the world's largest ball of string, and
largest ball of string, crazy stuff you see, on the way of people's houses and what they have on their cars and stuff that people do. It's just to get to see what humans are supposed to be doing instead of being locked up here and fixated on who made what tweet and who's got beef with who on Twitter and who saw something on YouTube that they didn't like. So it's their job to tell you about yourself. Yeah.
Well, I had a little adventure myself. I went to Houston last weekend.
Yeah.
From Missouri to Houston, and I was going through Arkansas. And I at first I thought it was strange. I was like, oh wow, this is the home of the Clintons. And then 2 towns over, this is the home of the Clintons. And then 2 towns over, this is the home of the right. And then I see a rest stop, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna stop over there. And they were selling van seats.
What?
Yeah, seats for vans. Like, how you like got the seats that that can like clip into the vans. There was a whole row of van seats. And I'm like, did y'all just like boost these out of vans, or did you buy them?
You never know.
Someone might be driving by and need some van seats. So we'll have them just in case they need to buy some van seats. It was the strangest thing. It was the weirdest thing. Going through Arkansas is weird. So it's just you're just like, wow, okay.
Wow, I've never been through Arkansas.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Good people though. Pretty much every stop I made, good people. Good places to eat too. There were some good places to eat. I'm right by the border, so it's like, and that's the main part of my trip is going through Arkansas. But yeah, absolutely. Just strange. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Van seats, next stop. I'm like, what?
Who would have thought that? Like, you can go get some van seats. It's kind of like I think with Florida, it's mostly boating supplies and food, because you're driving, you'll see the sign, they'll say boiled peanuts. And the best ones have the sign that says P-nut, not peanuts spelled out.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good. It's like, yeah, I'm driving. What do I want? I think I want some boiled peanuts. And everybody stops to get them. It's interesting, the little things you see like that. But van seats, that's a new one.
I'm jealous. You got Diagon Alley. I got van seats at a rest stop. I'm like, see, this is I need to plan my trip better. Go through Texarkana and
Diagon Alley was awesome. Nocturne Alley was even more awesome.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me?
Oh, yeah, I can definitely tell you. So when you go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and you go to Diagon Alley, and you go to the sign that says Dervish and Banges, there's a little sign with the finger that says Nocturne Alley. And let's just say if you go down into Nocturne Alley, you can see what Dervish and Banges is truly like.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man, I can't wait till I can go. I can't wait till I can go. I'm chomping at the bit now.
Yes. So
And you can buy stuff, right? You can buy stuff.
Yes, you can buy stuff because the best thing that I saw there's another place for it, but honestly, I love it there. Lucius Malfoy's cane.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. And I'm sure you can just whoop and pop the wand out of it. And
I didn't ask them to open it because it was bad enough, the swag that I bought already, because like I have the up there the time turner. So I bought that, and I stepped away from the Horcrux necklace. I said I'll get that possibly next time, but I saw that cane and I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell them to take it
because I'm gonna want it.
because it'll go home with me and my bank account is already screaming at me. But if I finally get down to it, I have like a bunch of video that I can get out that I took of Nocturnal. So there's a bunch of videos that I have to do. So I got a whole bunch of that, all of that to put up so you guys can check it out. I did do a live stream from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so it's probably up on my channel, but it was the walk around stuff where I walked into Diagon Alley and you could see Gringotts and you could see like all that code. It's just amazing the amount of detail. I wish Disney would have done that with
Star Wars. Yeah. Imagine, because see, one of the really cool things when I was out there, which was 16 years ago, when I went by the Star Wars experience thing, I forget what it's called, tours or whatever. When you leave off of that ride, there is a huge Star Wars shop. And I got
Tatooine Traders.
Tatooine Traders, yes. And I got like a Jedi Academy, long white sleeve Jedi Academy shirt. I still got that. It's ratty as hell, but I still got it. And they had Mos Eisley Cantina swag, cups, tumblers, glass. Oh, and I was like, I want it all. Could you imagine walking around that and suddenly, boom, there's Mos Eisley Cantina?
That's what I thought was going to happen, because if you look on my fireplace, there's two pieces of artwork. One is the Empire Strikes Back with the Disney characters. The other is Minnie Mouse as Slave Leia, and I bought that at Tatooine Traders years ago. And I thought that when they did Galaxy's Edge, that it was going to be like that. You were going to be able to go to Mos Eisley Cantina. You were going to have to, kind of beat off Jawas trying to sell you stuff, and just be able to be in that particular atmosphere. So it's the more I go to Universal, the more it's just like, no, Disney, you screwed this up big time.
Yeah. It would have been absolutely epic if they would have had, even if they'd have broke it up into like two things, like a tour and a ride at Hoth, like a snowland, and then you got Tatooine, where all your shopping and another ride or something. It could have been.
Absolutely, because Tatooine Traders, and that was the thing, it was always packed. Yeah. I'd never been in there where it's like you couldn't freaking move, because there were so many people getting stuff, looking for that cool, that cool piece of memorabilia to bring back. And then behind the counter where they had like the autographs and the prop replicas and all of that. And then they have Launch Bay, which is probably why they did this, over in the studios, further like out kind of in one of the courtyards or whatever, that has like, the costumes, even more swag and all of that from the original trilogy. And there's some sequel trilogy stuff in there, but we won't talk about that. But it's mostly the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy stuff that's there, and that's crowded too.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Yeah, I saw the someone said they spent $800 on an Obi-Wan outfit.
I
Like
believe it.
lightsaber and all, and I was like,
Yep.
my Lord.
Yep. Yep. I tell people if you go to the Wizarding World at Harry Potter, it's not an understatement that if you want to get completely swagged out, and I mean like the robes, the wands, the gloves, the scarf, all that stuff, you're probably going to wind up spending at least $500. 500 to start.
Yeah. Well, I've
And
got it almost completed. It's almost completed. It's not done yet, but I have a Quidditch outfit.
no
And
way.
yes. I've been working on that for a while. Even have the scarf, the Gryffindor scarf. It's a Gryffindor one. I'm a Slytherin, but it's a Gryffindor outfit. And but I've got the scarf and everything.
Mhm.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's almost done. It's almost
Oh man. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. That's
yes.
gonna be awesome. Can't wait.
I need a broom. I need a Nimbus 2000.
I saw a broom. I saw a broom that they had there. It was they had like a broom and the effects, it was like fiber optics on the end of it.
Oh, that is
I said,
absolutely
man, you will blow the bank because everything looks so good and so authentic. You'll blow the bank there. And it's not like, oh, I hate spending all this money. It's just like, shut up and take my money.
Yeah, take my damn money. Oh,
Just take it. It's everything down to getting butterbeer ice cream.
and isn't that kind of like? I mean, I know. I put up the fandom, and we're going to talk about the fandom. Lorena Creel has limited time here this morning, and I wanted to get into her trip. But isn't that almost like the exclamation point at the end of the Fandom Menace? Is that if it was good, if what Disney was doing was if they treated the fans right and they gave it the heart that it had, all of us would be throwing our money.
Totally. Because again, to bring up the same parallel with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, you just felt happy to be there. And you felt respected as a freaking fan. I mean, you just did, just with all the little details and things that were there. And even if you didn't know squat about Harry Potter, the way that the detail was and just how the whole thing just like enraptured you. If you weren't there, you wanted to know more. And if you were a Harry Potter geek, getting to go into Ollivanders, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Being able to go into Ollivanders, being able to be greeted by someone speaking the same language, speaking the same lore about, the wand choosing the wizard and getting you excited about doing that and going in there and seeing the effects and like the broom upside down, sweeping the ceiling and just the detail, everything from, the dragon at Gringotts breathing fire. It's you feel respected as a fan. You don't mind putting out the money. If anything, you feel bad that you don't have enough. And even if you don't have a whole lot of money to spend, what you spend it on is pretty much worthwhile, and you feel like when you leave, it's like I had that experience that I had an experience that was beyond what I thought I was going to have.
Yeah. And that's not what you get at Disney. And we have got a $10 skull from Chef Zilla. Thank you so very much, Chef Zilla. And we're going to give you a big skull because it's you, brother. Just because it's you. I don't think Lorena Creel's seen this yet. So we're going to give it just to you, brother. Godzilla skull!
I love Godzilla.
Oh, so do I. And Chef Zilla said, it's been too long. Missed you and the show so much. We missed you, Chef. We missed you, and thank you, Purple Lady,
Oh,
for pointing that out. Because I missed his damn. I missed a skull. I don't think I've ever missed a skull. Oh, thank you, Chef. Thank you.
gee. Colin asked something really quick. Does the fact that most of the cast presumably have American rather than British accents stand out? Yes. Here was my thing. The reason that I love the movies is because it is authentically British. As an American, if I'm watching something that's supposed to be set in Britain, I expect it to be 100% that way. And that's one of the things I love about it. It is even just going through the parks when you go to the fish and chips cart, whatever, the fact that it's called chips. And the fact that if you get potato chips, it's not called potato chips, it's called crisps, which is what's supposed
Yep,
to be called, right?
that's what it's supposed to be called.
Exactly. Exactly. Love it. Love it. It's like I was in London without having to get on a plane to get there.
Oh wow.
Okay, well, I'll let you get to the fandom stuff real quick before I have to pop off.
How did you get involved?
In the Fandom Menace?
Yeah.
Kind of like a roundabout way. I had seen Solo before The Last Jedi. Life happened. I didn't get a chance to see The Last Jedi. So I went to see Solo when it came out. So I used my loyalty points and $2 and went to go see Solo and was just like, this can't be Star Wars, really. I'm like, this has to be a one-off. The Last Jedi must be much better. And then I saw The Last Jedi on demand. And the more I watched, the worse it got. You know how The Empire Strikes Back, the worse the storyline got, the better the characters got?
Yep.
Because it just kept ratcheting stuff up and just like, this can't happen. Wait. Something's got to happen here. Something's got to happen here. And all the characters were suffering, but we loved it. We loved it because it was for a purpose. Not with The Last Jedi. And I kept stopping it, starting it, stopping it, looking at my watch. And by the time it was over, I was so pissed off. I didn't look at anything Star Wars for a year.
Oh.
I was so angry. I couldn't believe what happened. And I was pissed. I didn't look at anything. So fast forward, they start building Galaxy's Edge. So I was at Disney and we saw like these signs, Galaxy's Edge coming soon. And I'm like, okay, this is great. This is great. Looking forward to it. Maybe it's going to be what I think it's going to be. And that's when I started to, hey, thank you. Started to get into it. And then I find out that it's crap. And not only that, I start finding videos from a bunch of people, like from Geeks and Gamers, like from Doomcock, like from Midnight Sage, like from Drunk 3PO, where they're just talking about just how bad The Last Jedi was. And I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy that I tapped out, but I wish that I had gotten into watching those videos when that came out, because I wouldn't have felt like I was by myself. So on Twitter, where it's for me, it's like mostly pop culture and political Twitter, because it's like I tell people, politics is downstream from pop culture. You can't unplug from that.
Yeah.
So that's when I started connecting with people in the Fandom Menace, and I guess he freaking liked me because here I am on so many shows and Advent Channel and interacting with so many people, and they just kind of like, kind of like adopted me in, and it's just been that way ever since. And it's honestly a pleasure and a privilege to get to connect with so many people in the Fandom Menace, especially with people who will have the same opinion that I have, but not have, let's say, not be as a lot more shy about expressing that opinion. Like someone who says the things that you want to say, but don't quite feel comfortable saying it for whatever reason. So I love being able to do that, and just love being in this particular community, and love just lighting a fire under people who like to come after this community, because how dare we not sit back and take whatever crap they want to throw at us?
Yeah. How dare we? I've been here since before Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers went against Star Wars, when he was still saying Rian Johnson is going to be the bestest director ever. And he did, folks. He did. There's a video.
Wow.
He did. When the trailer hit, he was almost in tears and watching that and was like, I can't wait to see it. And I was the same way. I was sitting right there with him going, man, Jeremy, I agree with you. This is going to be the bestest shit ever. And then we went and saw it and we found out how good it was, didn't we?
Because that's how they sold it to us.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It's like, okay, it's all right. It's all right. And people were excited to see The Last Jedi. I was pissed that I didn't get to see The Last Jedi when I'd planned to, because I liked the trailer so much.
Yeah. I loved the trailer. I absolutely loved the trailer. And they did what they did, and the Fandom Menace was born. And the Fandom Menace is all about we are not going to be silent. We are not going to be on our knees. We are not going to be the ones that sit there and get fingers pointed at us, get called. I love this new word I've come up with, istophobes. We're not going to be called istophobes. We're not going to be called Yahtzees. We're not going to be called all this shit just because we don't like a movie or we don't like what they're doing with an IP. And that is what the Fandom Menace is all about. And you don't have to be anybody to be in the Fandom Menace. You don't have to be you don't have to have $1 million. You don't have to have a 50,000 YouTube subscribed channel. You just have to love your IP, and you're tired of getting your finger pointed at you.
Exactly. And just be you and be that voice that says, no, I'm not going to sit back and take it. Even if you're just, in your favorite comic shop and somebody's like, hey, we got this thing here, related to the sequel trilogy. No, I don't want that. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, no, I'm not going to sit back and I'm not going to take that crap. So in every small way, everybody's got something to contribute, to the Fandom Menace.
And Captain Trek right there. That's right.
Yeah. Before I even knew what the Fandom Menace was, it was just pretty much, I'm fed up with this crap and I'm not going to take it. So at least the Fandom Menace was a more, concise name for it. But, yeah, it's like I love being in the Fandom Menace. I love being a part of it. I love what it stands for, especially when people try to come at the Fandom Menace and say that, oh, they're just full of, over 50 white men who were threatened by women. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, I guess you want to tell yourself.
There was an article I sent to Abunas last night, my brother over there, Abunas, and basically it is talking about how the Snyder Cut is a horrible thing, and that it's feeding into the Fandom Menace, and it never needed to come out, and it was the voices of only a select few, and that there was no reason to do this. And I'm like, guys, that movie isn't even out yet. Oh, it's just the same movie, just with alternate takes. And I'm like, guys, that movie's not even out yet. The movie's going to be 4 hours long.
4 hours. And I'm not into DC, but dang it, I want to see it.
So if it's the same movie with alternate takes, why isn't it like, what was it, like less than 2 hours? Was it less than, yeah. But it's going to be twice as long. And they even brought that up. Oh, just because it's longer doesn't mean it's better. I'm sorry. This guy deserves to have his movie out. He does.
He does.
Yeah. And the reason isn't because he's white or because he's middle-aged or any that other bullshit. It's because this guy's daughter died. Mm-hmm. His daughter died. And he was like, I thought I could do this even after that, and I can't.
Yeah, and the fans understood that, which is why they wanted his particular cut. It's like, we completely understand, why you had to tap out. And what we want, and granted, I'm not a DC fan, what we want is what you wanted to give us. So I can freaking respect that the fans wanted that, and to respect that somebody out there, like AT&T, listened and said, yeah, we'll bring it to you. We'll bring it to you. And the fact of having an entity like that recognize the power of the fans and what the fans wanted and why they wanted that, and to bring it to tuition. It was a great victory for them. So I didn't pay too much attention to the Snyder Cut thing. I just knew it because Nas talked about it. I was just really happy for the fans. And on that note, I really got to run since these people rescheduled my meeting, but I'm so glad I could pop in and talk to you guys. And Loki, thanks so much for having me on. I look forward to being on the next time.
Okay.
And everyone, take care of yourselves, okay?
Thank you, Lorena Creel. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
And ladies and gentlemen, Lorena Creel, thank you so much for being on this morning. Guys, the fandom isn't about one person. Fandom Menace isn't about one person. It isn't about one YouTuber. It isn't about 2 YouTubers or 3 YouTubers. It's about fans. That's what fandom is, are the fans. It's not a organization. It's not a corporation. So far, there is no direct leader. If there was, I would definitely throw Gary's name in the hat because he is the most reluctant. I know that Ethan doesn't want it because Ethan's got his own stuff, his own comic stuff and everything he's dealing with. If anybody, I would say Gary, but it doesn't have a leader. I don't know if it should have a leader. I don't know if it's supposed to have a leader because we're talking about all the fans, family, community. Yes, Bad Steven Seagal, family, community, all fans, all everything. If you love an IP, if you love DC Comics, you love Marvel, you love Star Wars, you love Star Trek, doesn't matter what it is. Doctor Who, doesn't matter. And they've shit on it. And you don't think that's right? Guess what? You're fandom. That's what a fandom is. That's what the Fandom Menace is. You can't clump it up to 3 or 4 YouTubers. You can't make it about just what they say. It's about what we all say. There are even people that are like, no, I'm not fandom. That guess what? You are. You might not realize it. You might not admit it. But you are, because all the fandom is about is loving something, loving those IPs, loving Star Wars, all those memories, all those feelings, all those good times, and being pissed that those good times are gone. We each have the ability to get up and to say something, to stand up. Some people will call us names for that. Some people aren't going to like that. That article I sent Abu last night, that's some fucked up shit. I was reading that and I was like, you know what, dude, I got to share this with my brother because it's horseshit. It's absolute horseshit that they're doing this. It's absolute horseshit that they are doing this, that they are already going after it before it even comes out. They want to call us names. They want to call the YouTubers names. They want to call people giving their opinions names. They want to talk shit about it. They want to talk shit about the fandom. And I've even seen people that I don't necessarily disagree with. I wouldn't say I agree with them, but I wouldn't disagree with them, point their fingers at the Fandom Menace and say, well, what even is that? What is that? What are they? They don't even know what they are. Yeah, we do. We do. We're family. We're family. And we're more diverse than you are. Loki's Mornings of Mischief fandom is diverse and real. Yeah. Fandom Menace is more diverse than Hollywood. Bad Steven Seagal, we are all leaders, all one voice, all a single voice. Only thing I would disagree with that is the single voice thing. We each have our own opinions, and those opinions don't always align. But the difference between us and them is that we can agree to disagree. They can't. They have to throw fits and give 3 thumbs down and act like complete children. And a lot of them are just one single bottle of blue hair dye away from being full-blown SJWs. And they can sit there and they can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. That's their opinion. But that's mine too. So they often won't take responsibility for their actions. They often will sit there and argue a point to death and not take an answer because they don't want an answer. All they want to do is argue and disagree and fight. And that's a whole bunch of bullshit. Psycho Dwarf 9 with a 199 super chat. Thank you so very much, Psycho Dwarf 9. And score!
There it is! It's you! Take your hat off, boy! That's a dollar bill!
Psycho Dwarf 9. When Alita came out, I couldn't go. So I bought a ticket first week, bought the second, and saw it a week later. I'll do the same for the Snyder Cut. Snyder Cut won't be in theaters. It'll be on HBO Max, so you won't have to do that. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. Everyone talking crap and running their mouth. That's the thing. All I care about is seeing Superman in the black and silver. That black and silver outfit is the shit. And it is a miscarriage of justice that they painted that son of a bitch in post-production. They painted that suit. It was black and silver for a reason. You didn't get that, did you, Joss? Oh, well, we'll just color it. That way it's the original. No, dude, there's a reason why that was going to be so badass. People have been waiting for that for a long time. A lot of my generation that read through the death of Superman had been waiting for that for a long time. And I know Clobbering Times might not agree with. I know he doesn't throw all in with that death of Superman, but that's what I'm trying to tell everyone. That doesn't mean me and Clobbering Times aren't really good friends. That just means we disagree on a part of the Superman mythos that happened. I loved it. He didn't. So the fuck what? Who cares? We disagree on one little thing. The beautiful thing about the fandom is we don't have to fight each other to death like Kirk did Spock on Vulcan. Da, 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 na, 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 na. We can agree to disagree. Whereas other people, they can't do that. They got to argue and they got to throw bullshit out and venomous crap and talk behind your back and run their little mouths and give you 3 little downvotes. And it's childish. It's absolutely childish. You see, we're a fandom because we're not going to be pushed around. We're a community because coming together and talking about all this fucking rocks. I am so lucky that I get to do this. And I know that. I don't think I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I don't think that I'm the best YouTuber that ever existed. I don't think that my advice is infallible. I don't think that my opinion is infallible. It's called being humble. And I'm sorry, but you SJWs aren't. You aren't. And you need to learn some. You need to learn some humility. That's what you need to learn. Is some damn humility. We're all different. I'm strictly a pre-crisis kind of DC fan. There's nothing wrong with that. Loki is the best thing since Quidditch. Thank you, Fat Steven Seagal. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Oh, we argue points. Yes, argue personally. Yes, we argue points. SJWs argue personally. And that's just what it is, guys. It's just what it is. The fandom is a group of many different kinds of people from all over. And we love our stuff. We love our comics. We love our movies. We love our TV series. We love our stories. We love our books, man. Do you guys know how many damn Star Wars books I got? First edition hardbacks. I've got them all. I've got them all. And I love them, each and every one of them. I've got them in a bookshelf in my closet. I am working on bringing all of that out here to my studio and having them here because I love my Star Wars. But I won't buy the new stuff. I won't support it because I'm not going to support something that treats me like crap. And that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. That's also something that is important with the fandom. We have given each other the knowledge that it's okay to say, no, I'm not buying this. If you don't want it, don't buy it. I tried to keep reading the Star Wars books when the new stuff coming out, even though they ended my favorite series. And it was a series that had been going on forever. And that series was with Luke and Leia and Han. I had read so much, guys, from the original trilogy all the way into past the Yuzon Bong War, into the Return of the Sith, where a whole planet of Sith is discovered. And they all want to destroy the New Republic. And they infiltrate it. And overnight, things change and turn around. I won't ruin it for you if you ever want to read it. They're excellent books. But, I mean, I've got over 100 Star Wars books. And I love them. I love each and every one of them. Because it was the continuation from Return of the Jedi. And being told, no, that's not canon anymore. That's not real anymore. Oh, that's just a legend. Fuck you, Disney. And anyone that says the fandom are istophobes or Yahtzees or stupid or anything like that, they don't understand. They don't, and they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. Because as we are divided, we become weaker. And those who seek to divide us, they want it that way. They want it that way because they want to infiltrate what you do. They want to weasel and worm their way into what you do and turn it on you. They want you talking shit behind people's backs. They want you listening to them and only them, who refuse to admit when they're wrong. Refuse. Because they can't be wrong. They can't admit that they're wrong. So they run around like little chickens with their heads cut off. Me, 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 me. And at the end of the day, what have you done? At the end of the day, what have you done? You made a group stronger. Because you made them realize that this SJW running behind people's backs, blue hair dye bullshit is wrong. That you're trying to poison a community with your bullshit. You're trying to poison a community with your lies. You're trying to poison a community and turn people against each other. You know, you don't have to be a part of the Fandom Menace. That's completely your choice. You don't have to join the Fandom Menace. You don't have to be a part of the Fandom Menace. You can even criticize the Fandom Menace. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is saying that we're all man babies. We're all 50-year-old white guys in our basements. Like Loriana Creel just said. We're all 50-year-old white guys in our basements. Running our mouths because boo hoo hoo, a male is in the lead. We don't care about that. I don't give a shit about that. Anybody can be in the Fandom Menace. Anyone. As long as they love their IP and they've turned it to shit. If you've got to fight with Star Wars, with Star Trek, with comics, anything you love where they are systematically turning into shit, doors open, ladies and gentlemen. And we are waiting because we are not afraid. We will stand up. We will not be silent. We will not take a knee, and we won't bow to their social justice bullshit. Guys, thank you so much for being here this week. Thank you so much for being here today. Tomorrow, and Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. Hey now, I'm a 50-year-old plus white guy in the basement. Yes, I know, sir, but you're a cool 50-year-old white guy in the basement. Tomorrow, Highlander. Popcorn movie madness. Highlander. We will be watching Highlander at probably 4 or 5 p.m. I will let you know on times as soon as I have updated. This is the movie with Sean Connery. Now, Bendejo, shall we see what kind of swordsman you become? On guard. So we are going to be watching Highlander with one of the best soundtracks of all time from Queen. The only one that I think is better is the Flash Gordon soundtrack. I absolutely love the Flash Gordon soundtrack. Ba-down, 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 ba-down. There can be only one. Everybody have a great weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you on Monday. Take care. Be excellent to each other. And I may even pop in for a Bill and Ted review. I don't know yet. See you guys later.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.